Hey, what's up, guys? It's Xavier Becerra, and today I want to talk about what keeps me going. And maybe what I tell you today, you can actually implement into your own life and see if it helps you find the motivation and discipline to just keep on going. And I want to say that a lot of what you've heard before, like this new way of thinking about like discipline eats motivation for breakfast. And in a lot of ways, that's true because you're not always going to be motivated. So without discipline, you're not going to always be able to do things when you feel like doing them. And so without discipline, if you don't have motivation, you're just not going to do things. And so it's important to have discipline, but at the same time, motivation is also important because don't you want to actually enjoy the things that you're doing? Because like if you only have discipline and absolutely no motivation at all, you're just going to keep on doing things, but are you even going to be happy when doing them? Why not be disciplined and motivated? You're not going to always be motivated, and that's when discipline comes in. For when you're not motivated, you're still going to do them, but most of the time, you're going to want to be motivated to do things because you're actually going to want to enjoy what you're doing. You're going to actually want to enjoy the journey. You're going to actually want to enjoy just everything about what you want to do. And that's why I think motivation is super important. You can't just focus on just discipline. Discipline is just as important as motivation, and probably even a little bit more because you actually need it for when you're not motivated. But motivation is something that you guys are going to want because you want to be actually enjoying what you're doing. Because when you actually enjoy what you're doing and you're actually motivated to do it, you're just going to want to keep going and going and going. And like you're just going to want to do it more and more and more. And so every now and then you're not going to be motivated to do it, but you're like, all right, I got to keep stay consistent with it. So I'm going to just do it because I got to do it. But most of the time, you're going to want to be motivated to do the things that you want to do because you want to enjoy them. Now I'm going to get into like what I do to stay motivated, what keeps me driven, what keeps me driven to keep on going. And the main thing that I found that keeps me going no matter what is thinking about my future. It's hard to picture it at first, to picture yourself in complete success when you don't really have anything going on. But once you start doing things, once you start actually doing things, accomplishing things, having plans set in your head, then thinking about where you're going to end up in the future will just get easier and easier. You're going to start thinking about your future. You're going to see your future family. You're going to see how great of a person you've become. You're going to see yourself in a whole different light. You're going to see yourself at the best version of yourself that you possibly can if you set a plan and you actually stick to it and you actually are start accomplishing things. Then your vision for the future just gets better and better. That's how you do it. You start doing things, and the more things you accomplish, the more things you do, the better that you see yourself in the future. That's what keeps me going. Whenever I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, there's no way I'm doing this today, I'm not going to put up with this, I just think about the future. I don't think about the past anymore. Leave the past behind. Learn from your past, but don't keep on dwelling on it. Don't keep on thinking on it. Put the past behind you. Mostly think about the present. Think about what you're actually doing. But when you don't feel like you want to do anything, when you don't want to put up with things, just think about where you're going to be if you keep on doing these things. And you're going to feel motivated to do them. And you are actually going to find that you might actually be more accustomed to failure, that you're actually going to be looking forward to failure. Well, not, let me rephrase that. Not looking forward to failure, but you're going to realize that failure is how you grow. Failure is how you get better. So you're going to think of failure in a different light. You're not going to look forward to it, but if it happens, you're going to be happy that it happened because you'll be able to move past it and you'll be able to realize that it actually helped you grow. But start seeing yourself where you want to be. What do you actually want in this life? And that is probably going to change as time goes on, but you should always have something, a place where you want to be eventually. Whether it be a family, a nice big house, an NFL star, movie star, whatever it is. influencer, successful entrepreneur, successful businessman, whatever it is, just start thinking of yourself in a different light. Think of yourself, when you start thinking of yourself highly, it's so much easier to think of yourself at a much greater standpoint in the future. Think about where you want to be. That's the main takeaway of this video. And don't stop going. Stay relentless. Don't stop pushing forward for what you want to do. Think about your future relationships. Think about your future kids. Think about your future wife or significant other. Do it for them. Do it for yourself. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I keep in mind in order to keep myself going. When I don't feel like doing the things that I want to do, I think about my future. I think about where I want to be. I picture myself in a nice big house with my family by my side, with my beautiful wife by my side, with my beautiful kids by my side. That's where I see myself. That's where I want to be. And that's what keeps me going. Guys, thank you so much for listening today. I really hope that what I've told you today you can implement into your own life. Start thinking about the future a little bit more and stay in the present for the most part. You want to stay in the present. You want to actually enjoy the journey. Stay in the present. But when you're not feeling motivated, think about the future and be excited for the future. And that is how you stay motivated. And once again, thank you guys for listening. If you have a question, leave something in the comments. And if you found the information helpful, you found it to have some kind of purpose to your life, you found it enjoyable, then a like and a subscribe would be much appreciated so I can have a little bit more support and I can give you guys the best content that I possibly can. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see y'all in the next one.